Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to 31 Days of Yoga. If this is your first time here and you're into health, fitness, and yoga related videos, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And while you're at it, click that little bell icon to be notified every time I post, which is several times a week. So today I have for you a fun flow for increased flexibility. So we'll be moving through a few different postures that'll help open up the hips, open up the back, open up the shoulders, all that really good and yummy, juicy stuff. So without any further ado, we will need 2 blocks and your mat, and we'll go ahead and get started. So from here, we're just gonna get started kind of near the center of our mat. And we're going to work so that our toes are off and our heels are on. We're just going to sink down into a squat. So utilizing our blocks here, we can just kind of mosey on in, especially if this is your first movement of the day. It might be feeling a little bit tight. Okay, so we're going to utilize our blocks here on the lowest setting. If you're feeling really tight here in the hamstrings, take your blocks as far away from you as you possibly can. But we want to make sure that our knees are continuously driving outwards. So all we're going to do 5 times, we're just going to lift up onto our hands, press up onto our tiptoes as high as we can get, and then come back down. And 2, 3, good. 4, almost there, and 5. Good, just to give ourselves a little bit of a warm up, we can do a little bit more wiggles and movements, and then essentially we'll straighten out and we'll work up to the top of our mat. Okay, so for this flow, kind of choose a height of your blocks. The highest will give you the most space, lowest will give you the least amount of space. You'll probably want somewhere in between the medium to the high. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start here by stepping our right leg back, Let's go ahead, stay nice and lifted here. Find a little bit of movement forward and back. And then we're going to start to walk our blocks out to the right side, so as far as we can get them. You can stay still here, you can take a little bit of movement, some bouncing. I kind of like to do that. Let's come back through center. Frame the foot, shoot the hips back, flex through the front foot. So you might not be able to see that, but my front toes are flexed. Good, bend through this front knee. We're going to spin around to the side, Skandasana. Don't worry if that left heel is lifted. And then let's spring off towards center. All 10 toes pointed towards the right edge of your mat. Let's just fold down, wide-legged forward fold. Let's lift ourselves back up, walk ourselves over towards the right side, Skandasana, and then towards the back of our mat, lunge. Let's settle that back knee down, low lunge. Good, through all these poses, I'll give you a little bit of time to really settle in, so take a moment. If you need to adjust your stance, do it. Inhale, and then with our exhale, we'll shoot the hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Let's take our hips back forward, plant down through the left hand, swim the right arm back. You do not have to even touch the foot, but we're reaching for it. If you can though, grab onto it, to the outside. Good, let's release and step up to the top. Find a little bit of movement here, hopefully already feeling a little bit more open. And let's take ourselves all the way around the circle here. So right leg steps back. Stay nice and tall, nice and lifted. Back knee stays lifted. Let's work our way over to the right side, extending the arms out here. Feel those hips descending. Come back through center, inhale here. As we exhale, shoot the hips back, press the hips back, and pull the toes back towards your nose. Good. Bend into that front knee. Let's turn around towards now what is the left side of your mat, Skandasana. Spring off, all 10 toes towards the left edge, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Come back towards the front edge of the mat, Skandasana. Frame the front foot. Let's settle the back knee down. Low lunge to the front. Inhale here, lift through the chest. Exhale to shoot the hips back, pull the toes towards the nose once more. Bend back into it, plant down through the left hand, reach the right arm back, try to grab for the outside edge of the foot. Inhale, exhale, release. Step it up to the top. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. We'll peek forward. Exhale, fold. And we're just going to go through the other side. So left leg steps back. Keep that left knee lifted. We can wiggle it out here for this first one. And then hands to the left side. Try to reach those arms long. Good. Come on back through center. Inhale here. As we exhale, shoot the hips back, peel the toes back towards the nose. Bend into through that front knee. Turn towards the left edge of the mat, coming into our Skandasana. Spring off that foot, all 10 toes towards the left edge of the mat. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale towards the left foot, Skandasana. Maybe a little bit more open this time. Let's frame that front foot and settle the back knee down. So framing the left foot. So remember, we're making our way around the circle, around the mat. Inhale here. As we exhale, let's shoot the hips back, flex the front foot. Inhale, back forward, plant down through the right hand, left arm sweeps up and back, grab for that back foot, or maybe just reaching towards it. Good, let's release. Step towards the top of your mat, or the back of your mat, however you're looking at it. All right, let's continue our journey. Step the left leg back, stay nice and high in your lunge. Let's walk our hands to the inside or to the left side of the leg. Take it back through center. Stretch the hips back, lengthen through the leg, pull the toes towards the face. Bend through that knee. Let's turn over, Skandasana. Spring off, all 10 toes towards the right edge of the mat. Fold. Inhale to lift here. Turn those left toes out, Skandasana towards the left side. And then turn around to frame that left foot, settle the back knee down. Inhale to pull the chest forward. Exhale to sink the hip bones back. Ardha Hanuman. Let's spring back forward, plant down into the right hand, swim the left arm up and over, catch that foot. Excellent, and release. Let's go ahead, step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Good job. Exhale, fold. All right, let's go ahead. Step the right leg back. Settle the back knee down. From here, we might want to switch to our high blocks. Inhale here. Exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. From here, stay in this Ardha Hanuman. So we're going to come to whatever variation of a split that you want to come into. So if your split looks like this, if you want to stay here, keep it here. If you want to move a little bit deeper, you can utilize your blocks for some support. So you can stick a block underneath your sit bone. You can kind of hang out here. Maybe you can drop it down a little bit lower. Or maybe eventually you can take the block out from underneath you. Wherever you are, let's just go ahead, fold forward. Excellent. Let's go ahead, pull ourselves back. You might want to utilize the blocks underneath the hands to press yourself out. Bend back into that front knee, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, step yourself all the way up to the top of the mat. Good job. Whatever variation you came into is beautiful. It's perfect. Remember, if you're working towards splits, the best thing to do is go into splits. It doesn't really matter what it looks like. It just matters that you're doing that movement. There's a bunch of preparatory poses, but really they don't get quite the essence of the posture. Let's go ahead, step our left foot back. Settle the back knee down. Inhale here to lift through the chest. Exhale to sink the sit bones back. Let's do that a few times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more. And as we exhale, we'll stay here. So once again, your variation of split doesn't matter what it looks like. So make your way there, either with a block, at whatever height, or without a block. It's up to you. And then let's exhale to fold. I really like to use this block, even if you feel pretty stretchy and you want to go deeper, that's totally okay. But sometimes it's okay to stay a little bit lifted out of it just so that you feel comfortable. Sometimes that feeling of comfort is really what signals to our body that it's okay to release, relax, and deepen in a pose. Let's go ahead, pull ourselves out. Press down, maybe into the blocks to lift yourself out, bend into that front knee. And then big step to the top. Let's set our blocks off to the side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's just go ahead, walk ourselves all the way back, lowering ourselves down to the mat. From here, let's tent out through our right arm. We're going to make a little cactus hand, and then let's just go ahead and roll over onto that side. Allow your head to be heavy here. Know that this is pretty intense. That's okay. Allow yourself to experience the intensity. Let's roll back down, lengthen out through that arm, and then roll all the way back over. This one's usually much more open, for me at least. Maybe it is for you too. We could wrap the hand behind the back, almost like a half bind. Or if you're feeling really flexible, you could try to bind your hands. I know that I am not there yet. Let's go ahead and release. Taking it through the other side, cactus through the left arm. And let's go ahead and roll over onto that side. Make sure to breathe. Roll it back through center. Extend through the left arm and then roll it back over onto that shoulder. If you'd like to, you can take that half bind behind the back. Excellent. And rolling back through center. From here, let's go ahead, push ourselves all the way back to a child's pose. Just extending our hands in front of us, allowing the forehead to descend towards the mat. Feel free to stay in this child's pose for as long as you would like to, allowing this pose to be a little bit of a shavasana for you. All right, well, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.